Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD Starcraft, and I am back for Game 4 from the WCS, and this is from, of course, Startail Bomber, the red Terran player in the bottom left-hand corner, and the blue Zerg player, it is Scarlett, and she is currently down a game in this set. The score is 2-1. Bomber has been playing pretty incredible Starcraft, as has Scarlett, but she hasn't been able to get the upper hand yet. She did win one of the games, but right now she's got a lot of pressure on her. Will she be able to take out Bomber here in this tournament? This is, of course, from the round of 8 of WCS Season 2, and following this set of games, I will be moving on to casting different games. If you guys have any sick replays that you'd actually like me to take a look at, I will be, looking at them in my email box at hdreplays@gmail.com. Anyways, it's been an incredible kind of a run here through WCS Season 2, and can't wait to go ahead and move on to some other games in the future. I'm told that this game from this set is going to be very, very good, so I hope you guys are stoked for that here, as it is going to be a Zerg versus Terran Game 4 here from the WCS Round of 8, Season 2. And we'll see what happens here. You know, Bomber has been playing a very aggressive Marine strategy. Most of the games have gone, 15-minute plus, so it hasn't ended in some type of cheese or proxy. But Bomber has been relentless with his mid-game to late-game aggression, and it's been able to overwhelm Scarlett, save for one game where Scarlett actually went for a very aggressive Zergling, Baneling, Muta strategy. I believe that was on Star Station, and she was able to actually beat Bomber down. I think if Scarlett wants to win this game, it might have to come down to that again, although this map is massive. This is Whirlwind, and it is like one of the biggest maps ever created. And you can see that they have cross-spawned as well, so, all joking aside, I think we might be in store here for a very long game, so very, very stoked here to see what happens, as we do have Scarlett here going for a double expand. That's actually what you'd expect to see on a map this large. Has not gassed at all yet, going for the delayed spawning pool. This is actually the very similar build to what Savior pioneered in Brood War. Double hatching and then throwing the spawning pool down. This is actually, in StarCraft 2, pretty risky to do, but on a map like this, with cross-spawn as well, Scarlett has calculated that this is going to allow her to get a bit of an edge against Bomber, and I really agree with her decision here. Now, Bomber most likely is going to be going for a macro CC himself, and as Terran, you do see that opening quite a bit. Double expand, one macro CC inside the base, because it's so easy as Terran to just defend your front door. You just build a bunker or two, wall it off with buildings, and most Zerg forces are not going to be able to penetrate into your base. So I really like what Scarlett's doing, and I think Bomber here will be going for another command center pretty soon, although it looks like he's going to go for a factory. And I guess he wants to go for a little bit more aggression in the mid-game here, rather than trying to play straight up macro. So a couple of possibilities we might see here: a quick starport for Hellbat drops. Marine drops are always possible as well. Hellions controlling the ground are also another viable option for Bomber. All of these, of course, are options besides going for a quick command center, a third command center. So it looks like Bomber has scouted his opponent now, and he actually does, he does know there's a hatchery there, because he sees the edge of the creep. So he knows there's an expansion there. It looks like right now he's retreating this SCV back home, trying to get it away from those pesky Zerglings. And it looks like at the front door he is going to be building a couple more supply depots. Bunker is up as well. Macro CC is on the way. I'm not sure where. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Macro CC right there. And he is going to be going for pretty much what build you thought he would, but he's got a little bit earlier Hellions. And with these Hellions on the map, we'll see what he can do against Scarlett. Maybe I think he's just going to use these for ground control, because when a Zerg goes for double expansion, they're usually going to be not having any Zerglings, not having any Roaches. They're going to be very macro-oriented, and these Hellions are actually going to be pretty good just for scouting purposes, at the very least. Even if they don't kill drones, they'll be able to scout for a pretty long time. 2 more Hellions are coming out, so we're going to have 4 Hellions on the map. And when they get up to about 6 or 8, that's when they become really dangerous for drone lines, because they can just run behind the queens and roast up drones really easily. And right now, Bomber actually is just going to stick with 4 Hellions, and he's swapped the factory now onto the reactor, or he's building a new reactor, I should say. The 4 Hellions are going to be running into the natural, and now going straight up into the main base, and there was no queen blocking the ramp. A mistake here by Scarlett, and Scarlett is going to lose a lot of drones. Oh my god, she loses 5 workers right there. Really, just a careless error by Scarlett, not leaving. Oh my god, she's gonna lose 2 more drones as well. 9 drones have gone down, 11 drones have gone down already, and Scarlett with not a good start to this game. Not leaving a queen on the ramp was a critical error, and these Hellions, 4 Hellions are going to die, but before they go down, they kill off 15 drones and a few Zerglings as well. Oh, that is absolutely brutal for Scarlett. And I mean, I don't know how or what you do to recover from something like that. You know, you're already down a game in this set, and now you just get your drones absolutely molested. And I think she's got to be hitting herself right now in the, you know, on the forehead for not leaving a queen there. It's very easy to defend against a Hellion run by if you leave a queen on the ramp, and sometimes, you know, it's hard because you have your queens next to your hatcheries and they're injecting. So, you know, you can't really say it's entirely her fault. Maybe her queens were busy injecting or spitting out creep tumors. But, man, that was really not, you know, not good at all. And now we have an armory, double NG Bay coming up for Bomber. He's really starting to tech up now. The armory is actually an interesting choice here. Is he going to go? No, he's not going for mech. He's going for bio once again. So I believe he's just going to go for the armory. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he wants to get some, you know, vehicle upgrades, because he does have some Widow Mines coming out, and maybe he's going to add in some siege tanks pretty soon here. I don't think we're going to see like a Thor or anything like that, but you never know. And right now his factories are all on reactors. He just has 1 factory actually, so he's just producing obviously Hellions and Widow Mines. And he does obviously have the Hellbat option open right now, if he wants to go ahead and produce that, because he does have the armory down as well. And right now it looks like he's moving out with Marines and Medivacs. And we'll see what he tries to do here. Good creep spread by Scarlett, I must say. She's going to have to muster up her forces to defend here against these Marines and Medivacs. Banelings are on the way, 12 of them coming, as well as a Spire for Scarlett. She's actually not going to have her mutas in time, but she will have Banelings. Her creep tumors are starting to get taken down in the middle of the map here. Widow Mines could get underground as well and prove to be very hard to deal with for Scarlett. Widow Mine now is going underground. The Marines are going to, of course, retreat away from the mine. And they're... Oh, whoa! Gotta be careful there. You can see that mine doing damage not only to the Marines, but also killing off a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings. And Bomber trying to use that strategy where he picks up the Marines to avoid friendly fire damage. But one of the Medivacs actually taking a beating there as the mine does hit ground and air. You can see now Bomber trying to get away from those forces. It was attempting to drop into the main base, has reinforcements coming into the middle of the map at the same time as well. 2-2 upgrades are coming for the Terran player at the same time, and Bomber kicking it into very high gear here, trying to apply as much aggression as possible. Still has a mine here underground, gonna be continuing to do damage, has 11 kills already. You don't see a Sergeant Widow Mine very often, but there you have it. Marines, take heed and follow your mine's orders. More mines going underground here, and these mines are going to do some damage. That Medivac almost taking some damage from the Widow Mine splash, but able to avoid it just in time. And now dropping once again into the main base is Bomber. Has 2 Medivacs here supporting these Marines. Marines are about to get 2-2 upgrades, so they're going to be able to outclass the Zerg army pretty soon here. Mutas are being produced as I think Scarlett now realizes, hey, I mean, I'm going to need some Mutalists to deal with this Medivacs that are continuing to harass my mineral line. Although only 15 drones have gone down, that's the same number of drones that went down earlier from the Hellbats. And actually, Scarlett has been able to hold. She makes her defense, and the resources lost showing that things are very close here. So Scarlett able to even things out a bit, and the continuing harass from Bomber didn't look like it hit any real resources or anything critical. And you can see that Scarlett now has cleaned up most of the Marines, most of the Medivacs. Very nice job by Scarlett. Drilling Claws is on the way here for Bomber. Not a bad upgrade at all. If you're going to be going into Marine Widow Mine, you can get those mines underground much faster. It's like having siege mode, being able to have tanks able to siege up in a second rather than 2 or 3. Very nice upgrade to have for these Widow Mines. The Bomber now is going to be pushing in with his Biomech army. Gonna try to get the mines underground. He does, and now he's, oh my god, great Widow Mine detonation right there. You can see how smart it is for Bomber to evacuate, run the Marines away from the mines, and let the mines do the dirty work, taking out those Banelings basically for free. Very nice job right there from Bomber. More Banelings being forced to morph out here. Banelings are very ineffective against Widow Mines, obviously, because first of all, they have to splash next to the Widow Mine. Secondly, since they usually roam in packs, the mines are just able to take them out so easily. Mutas are also susceptible to them as well because they can take some splash from the mines. So this is a great option here from Bomber. Gonna try to get more mines underground. Drilling Claws is done. 2-2 upgrades are finished as well. Medevac's evacuating the frontward Marines to get them behind the mines here, and really Scarlett in a lot of trouble. She has to defend at the ramp, has a choke point to work with. Gotta be careful though, because Terrans are gonna be able to use this choke even though they're on the low ground to just retreat and funnel these Zerglings and Mutas into a choke and let the mines and Marines do the damage they do best. So Scarlett here in a lot of trouble, trying to rush her 2-2 upgrades. She's about to get them in about 30 seconds. In half a minute she'll be able to stand toe-to-toe with the Terran army, but 3-3 is on the way for Bomber. And you can see here that Scarlett, if she loses this hatchery, she is going to be in a lot of trouble. She cannot afford to lose a hatchery like she's lost in so many games past against Bomber. She must defend here. She loses the extractor. That's going to be one slight loss for her, but her muta count is starting to build up quite nicely. 19 mutalisks here, but there are mines, so she cannot really afford to clump up or run them down the ramp. And she gets a great Baneling connection right there, running the Banelings down the field, and she's going to be able to crash through all these Marines. Beautiful job by Scarlett, and she cleans up everything. That is exactly the play she needed, and you know, she was just waiting for the right opportunity to move in. Now she's going to be able to open up into the middle of the field, but she has to be careful. A lot of mines here next to this Xel'Naga tower, 6 in total. Of course, that is why she keeps Overseers with her army, though they are a little bit slower than Mutalisks are, so you have to be careful when you run in with your army. Gotta wait for those Overseers to catch up. One more thing that you do have to micro in, you know, a game of ZvT like this, and here comes Scarlett once again with her Mutas and Zerglings and Banelings, gonna try to go crash through. Is she gonna be able to have enough forces here to do the damage she needs to do? She runs over all the Widow Mines there with her Banelings. More Widow Mines going underground, Banelings detonating, and of course the splash damage from the Banelings able to kill off the Widow Mines quite nicely, because you do have to remember mines are considered light, so if the Banelings do connect on a Widow Mine, they are able to kill it so very easily. So it's a nice job right there. And one medevac actually going down up here to the north. You can see one Marine fell to the ground. Poor guy. Overlord over here on the left hand side does poop out some creep, but is immediately taken out so that the command center will have some real estate to land down. Muta is now coming in trying to reinforce the poop, I guess, but oh, Scarlett gotta be careful here. Not sure what she's doing, trying to take out a Widow Mine or two, it looks like, but she has to be careful against this army. Those Marines are 3-3. They are, you know, they are operating some high-powered rifles right there, and they've got some armor and shields to boot with medevac support. These Mutas will not be able to take them out unless there is heavy Baneling support. We do have Hive on the way here, so it looks like Scarlett is going to be going up to tier 3. Great decision from her. The Terran army is really spreading out. Look at the mini-map. It's going all over the place now, funneling into the center core of Whirlwind. We do have a bunch of Banelings that were forced to be canceled off because, of course, Scarlett didn't want to lose her Banelings that were morphing. One hatchery at the 12 o'clock position is now under attack. This is one of the best games here from the set, and I've got to say that it's still, you know, it's only 19 minutes in. Don't know who's ahead right now. Both armies are maxed out. It looks like Scarlett is going to move in here with her Zerglings and Banelings. A lot of Widow Mines she has to work through, though, and I don't think she's going to have enough. Her Muta's coming in through the left-hand side as well, but she doesn't have enough, but a huge army of reinforcing Banelings are going to crash on through. Goodbye, Terran army. And that is exactly what Scarlett needed. Once again, another beautiful hold, but she loses the 12 o'clock expansion all the same. So not, you know, while it was good, it wasn't without its cost. For Scarlett, you can see the resources lost very close, about 20k per side. The army of spies has been sent out, apparently. A bunch of changelings coming out here, and more Marines coming through. Oh man, look at that target fire right there. Bomber having a lot of practice, I guess, in his practice games, target firing down those changelings before they can even morph into Marines. Very nice job right there. Now Scarlett has about 23 mutas. Her muta count, one thing I've got to say she does does very well in Zerg versus Terran. She keeps her mutas alive. She does not let those go down. They are the backbone of this mobile Zerg army. If you lose all your mutas, then the Terran army will overrun you. So very nice job by Scarlett here keeping her mutas alive. But now you gotta wonder, will she tech up to tier 3? Maybe go for Ultras or Broodlords, because she does have tier 3 available to her. She's getting 3-3 upgrades right now. That's one thing she needs as well, because she is outclassed right now by Bomber, who's already on 3-3, and Bomber is pushing in. A ton of SCVs actually coming through here, and those mutas were not there in time to catch the mutas, the SCVs as well. You can see though that the mutas are on the way back home, trying to defend here against the Terran army. Beelings come crashing through down the ramp again. The rocks are not there this time, so it is more open for the Zerg to flood down to the ground, and it looks like Scarlett cleans up the Terran army yet again, and oh, this is huge. She can get rid of all these medevacs too, which are also going to be, you know, they're a huge thorn in the Zerg side when those medevacs are continually healing the bio army. So a lot of medevacs going down there, and just like that, she evens up the resources lost tab. This is an extremely close game. 171 supply to 129. Tons of Widowmines have reloaded their payload here, so they are ready to take out some units. Some Marines getting encountered there by the mutas. More medevacs dropping over to the 12 o'clock position, and the medevacs now flying over into the main base. Zerg army quickly rolling back home to try to defend here. The main base obviously has all the critical tech structures, and Scarlett doesn't want to let that go down, but in the meantime she's left herself exposed over here at this expansion, trying to bring back home some Zerglings to defend here, but there's a ton of Widowmines. She has to be careful. Oh, detonations, and the Zerg army gets obliterated by mines. The Overseers are here, but unfortunately she just doesn't have enough forces to take them out. It looks like she was able to clear up the medevac drop to the north without losing any critical structures. Adrenal glands is, of course, being researched, and we do have 3-3 about to finish up. Once Scarlett finishes adrenal glands and 3-3, her Marines, or excuse me, her Zerglings are going to be able to really rip through these Marines, or maybe not rip through, but they'll be able to stand up to these Marines because they'll have better armor, better claws, I guess you could say, and way faster attack speed. That helps immensely against the Marines. You get a surround with cracklings and it's over. So yeah, these Marines have to be careful now as those upgrades are finishing up. You can see 3-3 about to finish. Adrenal glands is already done. Muta's flying in here, and it looks like she will be able to clean up this Marine army, at the same time sending in her cracklings, and watch them go to work. 3-3 just now finishing as well, and it looks like these SCVs are going to run for it, but 6 workers did go down right there, and it looks like in the meantime Muta's now flying over here to the north. Gotta be careful, a lot of mines going down, and boom! Landing on those Mutas. Crippling blows dealt right there, but unfortunately for Mutas now, they do have tissue regeneration. They'll be able to regenerate health very quickly, and the Mutas that were softened up by the cracklings getting picked off, intercepted by these Mutas as well. 12 more Mutas were just produced. They are going to be joining up into this main flock pretty soon here. You can see that the Muta count is just getting absolutely ginormous. 36 Mutalists now are on the field, and at some point you've got to think that Bomber is going to build a Thor or two here to help assist with the anti-air. I mean, he's been relying on mines almost exclusively, that and Marines, to deal with these Mutas, but that Muta clump has not went down in size. It's just continued to build up larger and larger. I would imagine a Thor or two would not be a bad idea, but you know, we'll see if he decides to go for it. He's also got, you know, vehicle and ship plating level 1, just to help with his medevac armor, I suppose, which is nice. Some changelings coming out here, and it looks like, you know, he's obviously using the changelings to try to proc the Widow Mines, and here comes the Banelings, and they do go crashing through, but it looks like most of them are taken out. Now there's just some Marines left over. They are going to be able to rip through some of these Mutalisks here before they go down. Very nice right there from both sides, actually trading off quite nicely. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why, if you guys are wondering why Zerg, you know, they build changelings and send them in the Terran army, because right before they morph, sometimes they can proc the Widowmine Sentinel missile, and that can cause friendly fire damage on the enemy Terran army. So it is a very cool strategy that you see Zerg players use. And here we go. It looks like Terran army coming in, reinforcing once again. Bomber really keeping up the aggression here, but he doesn't have enough firepower, and these 30 or so Mutas are just overwhelming the Terran army, and Bomber's going to have to regroup He doesn't have enough Marines here, not enough critical mass to deal with this many mutas, which they are getting upgrades of their own. 2-1 are the current upgrades for these mutas. The mutas now have flown over. They have gone over this expansion, and this is the breakthrough that Scarlett has been waiting for. She crushes through an expansion, and the cracklings are going to absolutely eat these remaining SCVs up for breakfast. Orbital Command goes down as well, and Bomber falls heavily in supply. He's dropped down to 36 workers. And that is exactly what Scarlett needed to do. Looks like we may have had a little bit of lag or something right there. But I'm so surprised that Bomber, why would you expand? I guess expanding up here is all right because, you have a forward position to attack this expansion as well. But that was obviously not what Bomber hoped to happen. I'm surprised he didn't have a planetary there reinforced with like missile turrets or something, because it's such a forward expansion. You've got to expect a counterattack to happen at some point. But there you have it. Bomber has taken a critical hit, and now Scarlett, will she be able to capitalize? She rolls through here with her mutas and banelings, and she's going to try to blow everything up on the ground. Banelings connecting heavily on these Marines here, and another expansion in trouble. This one, it is reinforced by a planetary fortress, but no anti-air, and SCVs are going to drop down very easily. 26 SCVs remain now. Luckily for Bomber, he is Terran and he has mules. One SCV's over here like, what do I do, sir? Go to work on killing those drones, I guess. There is another orbital down here, so Bomber has a hidden ninja expansion, if you will, although an Overlord, I believe, no, that is not a seen expansion. Scarlett doesn't know that there's an expansion down there, but this command center might leave a cookie crumb trail over to this one. We'll see what happens. You can see that this mutaflock has become a serious issue now for Bomber. 43 mutas in the skies. Some Marines. Oh, Bomber calls GG. So I think he's realized that he's pretty much done for. He's only got 66 supply. And that was GG. We're going to move right into Game 5, the final game. Hope you guys enjoyed so far. And this is HD signing out.